And we want to interrupt our regular stream here on CBSN Pittsburgh to talk a little bit about, no, we're going to talk a lot about the weather. I'm Shumway, KDKA Meteorologist Kristin Emery. And this storm, you guys have been watching this storm since it was still out in the Pacific and hadn't even come on shore. And now it's very much on shore. How far across the country has it come now?
I mean, it's come all the way. It came, and I remember last weekend when I was doing the weather, I remember Sunday night seeing the potential for this, and we were seeing it in some of the models, and I thought, and you don't want to say, oh, it's going to snow next weekend, but we knew. I said, we're watching something because then it could fall apart as it comes across. So it came on shore in the Pacific Northwest, and then it took a hard right and went diving down to the Gulf Coast to get the warm air, which we all like this time of year, right? But now it's kind of almost a classic nor'easter setup where it's going to come back up and head our way. So,
yeah, I was talking to somebody, friends today in Kentucky, and they were getting snow.
Already
and
today?
They were already getting snow today. So it's like, okay, there it is. It's coming, and it's going to sweep up, basically up the Appalachian Mountains, right?
Right, right. And so if you want to take a look at our some of our graphics, we have a winter storm warning in effect. This is not until tomorrow. So this starts tomorrow at 1 p.m. and it goes for 24 hours. So 1 p.m. tomorrow to 1 p.m. Monday, a 24-hour period of time that we'll have wintry weather, snow for sure, possibly some ice and freezing rain or sleet in some areas, but it's going to start coming at us from the south. And already, let's see if I can advance. Look at the temperatures. So what's interesting is we're already really cold tonight. We could have lows, and we will likely have lows up around Clarion, Butler, and Katanning in the single digits. You see Du Bois is already at 9. So we'll stay below freezing tonight and for the better part of tomorrow. And this is what's interesting. So the folks down to the south are getting snow, but then there are areas to the east, Baltimore and eastern Virginia, that are going to get a lot of rain from this system. So when I said it's kind of a classic nor'easter setup, when you get a nor'easter, basically it's an area of low pressure that goes up the I-95 corridor. It goes up into New England. But the question is, how far inland does the center of low pressure get?
So is this another one of those storms where it all depends on where the line is as far as how much of what we're going to get?
And look at the temperature. So we'll be really cold tonight, down to 15 by tomorrow morning. And then we warm up to almost the freezing point by lunchtime, and we're right there at the freezing point. So some areas, the farther south you get and east, they'll be, and down in the Delmarva Peninsula, they'll be well above freezing. They'll get mainly rain. We're right on that line where some of this could be liquid and some of it could be frozen, maybe freezing rain and snow. So here's the setup. By lunchtime tomorrow, areas down along I-68, 1 o'clock, maybe down toward Deep Creek or Morgantown, they'll start to see the first flakes. Then everything moves north up along I-70 by around 3 o'clock, 1 to 3, and then by around 5 or 6, Pittsburgh and north. Now, it won't be after until 8 or 9 p.m. that we start to get the heavier snow, and then that will continue overnight through the morning. So here you see tonight, nothing going on. It's a nice, clear, cold night, not much going on. And there's what your friends are getting down into portions of Kentucky, Tennessee. They're getting rain. They started out with some snow, and then the warmer air's wrapping in. It's all swirling, and it's going to just head up there right into southern West Virginia and then push into our area. So here's where the interesting part comes into play. So we have nothing going on tonight. There's 11 o'clock, 6 a.m. Tomorrow morning, if you have anything going on up until noon, you should be okay. You mean no excuse to skip church? No excuse not to skip church, especially if you have early services. I got to sing anyway. Noon mass, you could, I don't know. I'd say go for it. Yeah, just don't tell the priest. Exactly. But later tomorrow evening, you probably don't want to be heading out anywhere. So here is the setup. By around 1 o'clock, as I mentioned, you see down around Morgantown, but see the pink that's kind of sneaking in there? Yeah, that doesn't look good. Now the purple is heavier snow, purple and white, the heavier snow, but the pink is a mix. It could be a little freezing rain. It could be some sleet mixing in. That's where the warmer air, it's going to be just kind of struggling. Are we at freezing? Are we at 33 degrees? And right around Greene, Washington, Fayette County. Yeah, look what it does to Fayette County. It kind of splits the county. Right. So then you see that pink kind of hang in there, and then look at what happens right around dinner time. Everything spreads up to the area north of Pittsburgh. Everybody's getting snow by dinner time or a mix. And then look at this, what's called a dry slot. So it's basically a nose of dry air that's kind of punching up from the south, and it's going to erode the moisture for a little bit.
So that makes it look like it's over.
This is by midnight tomorrow night. And then look over to the east, over into central Pennsylvania, they're getting all rain, even toward Cumberland, Maryland, over toward Baltimore. We're thinking, oh, okay, but not so fast. So there's still very cold air in place from Pittsburgh to the north, and that low keeps spinning in a counterclockwise manner. Watch it wrap that moisture around, and as it goes back into the cold air, it will be all snow while you sleep tomorrow night.
And some of those colors that came across were darker colors, which would mean heavier snow.
And we're looking at the heaviest bands of snow after midnight tomorrow night up until around 4 a.m. So when you wake up Monday morning, there will be snow on the ground, and it'll still be snowing up until around 10 a.m., and then it finally all starts to taper off. Still snow showers Monday afternoon, but the accumulating snow, what we're going to get, we're pretty much going to have by 10 a.m. noon on Monday.
Okay, so the bulk of the accumulation comes really later in the night and into the early morning hours.
And then two more things to show you. When I talked about the ice, so this is Futurecast, the ice accumulation mode. We can predict temperatures, cloud cover, precipitation amounts. This is the potential for that freezing rain or even sleet, but mainly freezing rain, to put a glaze of ice on everything. You see the pink counties, Fayette, Monongalia, over into Westmoreland. If you get a 1/4 of an inch of ice, you have a lot of problems with down power lines. Now, this is, I think, a little on the high end, but if we get a glaze or even a 1/10 of an inch, we'll have some slippery roads, and then we could have some tree limbs down. It doesn't look like a huge ice storm, but we have the potential in some of those southern areas that we could get some ice. And then because some of that will be rain or freezing rain instead of snow, that's why some of those areas have the lower snowfall potential amounts, because it's taking away, and it's going to compact and tamp down that snow.
They're getting rain and ice instead of snow.
Then north of Pittsburgh, up into New Ken, Beaver, Butler, if it stays, which it most likely will, all snow, except for that dry slot of air, the lull, we could see some folks get a foot of snow in some of the higher accumulation areas. Now, we may end up on the lower end of this. Washington County, Northern Greene, maybe 5, 6. Pittsburgh, 7 to 9. I'm thinking maybe, my gut is telling me around 8 inches or so, but then there could be areas more to the north that get higher amounts.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you get up north of Butler, you get up the Slippery Rock area, Grove City, and they're in that 8 to 12 band.
Right, because they won't have the warm, they'll have colder air constantly.
All right, well, let's talk about the snow itself, because in a storm like this, the weight of the snow can be such an impactful thing, especially if you got to go out and shovel it, if you've got to deal with it. A heavy snow is much harder to deal with and causes health risks as well.
And even though we have really cold air tonight, single digits, when that warmer air comes in tomorrow, and we're right there in the upper 20s, lower 30s, it's going to be a heavier, wet snow. And some of it, if you get sleet or the freezing rain, there's a lot of water content there. So it's not going to be that dry, super fluffy snow. So that, which is interesting, because that's when you get really dry, fluffy snow, you get the high snow totals. So the fact that we're looking at this high of a total potential with heavy snow means we could get 1 to 2 inches per hour at times overnight Monday.
So it's going to gum up my snowblower.
It might, well, hopefully not. I don't think it's going to be super, super cement-like snow, but it's going to be heavier rather than fluffy. It'll be, if you can push the shovel rather than lifting, it would be better for your back.
Well, on the fun side for the kids, is it going to be fun to play in?
It should be
that kind
great.
Of snow?
It'll be great snowball snow, and it'll be great snowman snow.
And of course, a lot of the kids are out of school on Monday.
Yes.
So they're going to be wanting to get out and enjoy the snow and then come back for some hot chocolate.
And of course, you know, Laurel Mountain, Hidden Valley, Seven Springs, Wisp are all open. It'll be great. It's the holiday weekend. If you can get there, I wouldn't say try to head out on the turnpike first thing Monday morning, but later in the day.
Give them a chance to get some clearing done.
Great. Yeah.
All right, so just to recap, in the Pittsburgh area, really we're talking about 4, 5, 6 o'clock, we're going to start seeing the snow.
Yes, by dinner time. So early afternoon, you'll be okay. If you're further south, you'll start getting that. I'd say after 3 or 4 o'clock, you kind of want to be where you want to be for the next 12 hours or so, and then you don't want to be heading out driving somewhere at 8 o'clock, and especially at 1 or 2 a.m. That'll be the heaviest. I mean, some folks have to, but and I know the roads crews will be out there. But I'd say if you really want to go somewhere and get ready, I'd say by dinner time tomorrow night, be ready to just hunker down and hang out.
Got to tell you, this is the kind of weather that our KDKA meteorologists are living and breathing. It's not just when they're here at the station or working from home. They're constantly looking out the window.
We've been on a text stream for days.
Oh, I'll bet you have. I have no doubt. And of course,
I think 40 text messages within an hour. I looked the other day and, well, what about this? I think this. So, but it's great. It's great because then you get to collaborate and look at everything. And
you guys do a great job. And by the way, this is where I should tell you that if you haven't got our app, you need to get our app. It's easy. You go online, look up KDKA, look up CBSN Pittsburgh, get the weather app on your phone, because that way you can check it at any time and find out what's going to happen in your neighborhood. Kristin, thank you.
And tomorrow morning, make sure we've seen the totals go up and then back down a bit. So be sure tomorrow morning to watch the KDKA Sunday morning news and weather, because Mary Hauser is going to have the last word before all this starts of what the totals will be and when.
But you're not done yet.
I'm not done yet. We have more tonight.
10 o'clock on Pittsburgh CW. We'll see you then. And then right after the football game that's currently on KDKA, we'll be back with even more. And who knows? Things may change between now and then. Thanks for joining us. Let's get you back to the regular stream on CBSN Pittsburgh.